Hello. Today we're going to be making some BBC. No, not that kind of BBC, you freaks. We're going to be making some black bean catfish. First thing we need to do is to look the part. How about this? That's a little better. Let's get started. We need a bowl of water to defrost our catfish.
Let us out of here.
Many people don't know this, but catfish like to swim in really cold water. That's why they come frozen when you buy them. I like to give my catfish a little spanking to make sure they know I love them in my stomach.
We're free.
After you add your catfish to your lukewarm water, leave them for a couple hours, and let's go on an adventure. No, silly. Not outside. Here. I want to be real with you guys, but I don't really actually know what a catfish looks like, so I started searching. I wanted to imagine I was eating a beast to show how manly I was. Naturally, I wanted to find the biggest one, but he was more like Penguin from Batman when I was looking for a Bane. After some time searching, I found this bad boy, also known as
Goonch.
by the locals of India. I thought it was a fitting name. Just look how handsome he is. Yep, this is it. This is definitely what I'm eating. Then I kind of fell down a rabbit hole of India, but I made some new friends. I invited them over for some BBC, but they just kind of stared at me. It's probably a language barrier. Oh well, more for us. Alrighty, it's time to finally do some cooking. Step 1. Pat dry and massage the catfish. We'll come back to cutting the catfish so we don't get any cooties on our other raw ingredients. It's not too big of a deal here because everything's going to be cooked in the same pot.
That feels so good.
I would recommend reusing your paper towels if you're low on funds, like me. And voila! Step 1 completed. Step 2. Roughly chop the fermented black bean and Thai chili. Pretty sure it was just the way my mom cooked, but she did leave out like a lot of the measurements, so I just went with what felt right. And honestly, everything kind of felt right. After dicing the black beans and Thai chilies, make sure you taste on the ingredients. Just kidding, these are too spicy. Add a tablespoon of oyster sauce, a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of chicken bouillon, and mix. Sauce was a little thick with 2 C's, so I added a tablespoon of water to loosen it up. Oh yeah, I bet you guys are jealous you can't smell this, or taste it. Unless you make it yourself, so get to work. Step 3. Lightly coat the catfish with some kind of starch. If you want to follow my mom's recipe like I am, use some tapioca starch. Also, here's the step where we'll slice up the catfish to make sure they're all about the same size. This ensures every piece finishes cooking at the same time. Then throw in your starch with the fish and mix until it's fully incorporated. Some recipes will call for making a slurry beforehand with water and starch to ensure that there aren't any lumps, but it's not too big of a deal here since we're not using a large amount of starch. While mixing, I found these pesky little bones. We had to get them out of there. Yeah. There we go. Finally, let's combine everything together. Really get your fingers in there, and all the little nooks and crannies. Doesn't that feel good? Anyways, wrap it up. Step 4. Fill a pot with water and set a steaming cage inside. If you don't have a steaming cage, you can place a heat-safe bowl or glass open side down in your pot. It'll work about the same way. Bring the water to a boil and place the plate inside the pot. Wait! I can't believe I forgot the most important ingredient, garlic. It's one of the most prominent aromatics in Chinese cuisine. It's in everything from stir fries to steamed fish. How could I forget it? I'm ashamed. Okay, I'm over it. Grab 2 or 3 cloves of garlic and mince them very finely. Then let's mix them with our fish. Okay, go ahead now. Let the fish steam for 12 minutes and let's make some rice. Flex. My family and I really like this 3 Ladies Jasmine rice. I think the brand is from Vietnam, but I'm not too sure. My family just keeps it in a bucket. If you have a rice cooker, it's really hard to mess up, so there's that. Anyways, I always wash my rice once or twice, depending on how lazy I am. This time I washed it twice. That means I'm basically on par with the marathon runner. What can I say? Let's put it in this thingamajig and push the button. That's a jingle of happiness. While our rice is cooking, let's hop back to the fish. Holy shiitake mushrooms, would you look at that? Golly. I couldn't help but take a bite.
Oh my god.
Hopefully I did my mom's recipe justice.
Amazing.
And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye.